Hello my viewers, welcome back to the channel. By the video title, you know what this video is about. I'm filming this video at nighttime. I'm very tired, but I was at the game earlier today when the Steelers played the Houston Texans. A very cool experience, you know, being up close in person to the game on like three rows behind from the end zone. We were right there seeing, you know, Coach. We was on the kind of the sideline of Pittsburgh, so we saw Coach Tomlin, saw all the guys and stuff. And when you actually there in person, you can kind of get a different feel, different sense of the game, especially when you're that close in person. You can kind of see like some things and like how see some mishaps too before they happen, and see like players' interactions on the outside as well that the camera don't show you on regular TV. Because we've seen some plays like when Najee Harris, he was trying to go and Steelers went for it on 4th and 1, or they went for, I think it was 3rd and 1. One of the plays, Najee was like, he was like screaming like, why did it take me out the game for it? If it took me out the game for it, I had a big time run back to back. It took me out the game, and then we lose 4 yards on the play. And you see other plays and opportunities when the Steelers went for it on 4th and 1. You see Najee Harris looking like in distraught. He had his hands on his hips like that. He's like, I'm a 240-pound running back. I'm having a good game today, and you guys are gonna decide to do a play action pass on 4th and 1 to try to get the first down. We're gonna need 1 yard. 1 yard? Really? What's on my leg? What's this? 1 yard? Yep. But I'm like, come on, guys, come on. So the Steelers were playing a little weird. They didn't look right, and that's why I never get too high or get too low on the Steelers, because I'm like, I try to stay level-headed in between, because this team is inconsistent. I know our team is very talented. We have the pieces around us, and I know some of the play calling is to blame, and the execution as well and stuff too. And like I said before, Coach Tomlin's my favorite coach, one of my favorite coaches to watch. He's a very good coach. I like him as the Steelers coach. But like I said before in the past, the first real bad decision he made was Matt Canada. That Matt Canada one, and they haven't kind of fixed that decision yet, because none of his offensive coordinators was ever this bad before. Like Ty Haley had put some points up. Randy Fittner, even though we couldn't run the ball at the end of his like kind of tenure, we still able to put some points up. Even when Duck Hodges and Mason Rudolph was in, they were able to score points. They didn't score like a lot of points, but they were able to still score points and win games. It is the turnovers that lost them most of the games, because like we seen Mason, I think Duck Hodges threw 4 picks against the Bills that Saturday Night Football game, and a lot of interceptions that started adding up. That cost them the game. The offense was still able to get in the red zone, but you can't turn the ball over 3 times in the red zone, so you're not gonna win that way. But they were still able to go out there and like at least move the ball. This offense right here, one week it'll look very good, like you're seeing against the Raiders, and then against the Browns you see some bright spots here and there, but you see against the Raiders they look very good, and then you see another week where they look like this, kind of they look in week 1 versus the 49ers too as well. So the Steelers kind of too inconsistent. We're 2-2 right now, so it's not the end of the world. I know a lot of fans were saying you got to fire everybody, you got to do this and that. If the Steelers win next week against the Ravens, they'd be 3-2, and they'd be #1 in the division again. So like it's not like do or die. You got to press the panic button. No, it's just like you want to see a team more consistent though, because at this rate we're probably gonna finish 9-8 like that. But you don't want to be like that same team, like okay they middle of the pack. They're like okay they like it's 16, it's 32 teams, so they're like 16-ish. Right in the middle of the pack. You want to be the top 10 guys like that. You want to finish 11-6 or more like that. You want to finish with double-digit wins. You don't want to just finish at 9-8 back 3 years straight. So I feel like the Steelers on that trajectory right now, because they're too inconsistent. They'll win as many games. They might win more in as many games than they lose like that, but it's still be basically on par with each other. So hopefully the Steelers can find a way to muster it out, find a way to change some things. But right now the Steelers are looking a little crappy on offense, and the defense. I don't gonna blame the defense too much. They held the Texans to 13 points for a long period of time, even when the offense turned the ball over like that in their own territory, and also a lot of those 3 and outs that happened too. They held them 13 points for a long amount of time to get the offense a chance to try to match it and put some points on the board. And eventually the defense get tired. Especially when the defense not getting sacks, and they was getting a lot of pressure in too. Texans did a very, very good job in neutralizing the pass rush for the Steelers, because the Steelers are coming in getting a lot of sacks. TJ Watt has 6 sacks by himself already. We're seeing Khalil Mack today get 6 sacks in 1 game. That's crazy. I never think I seeing a thing like that again. And Khalil Mack went absolutely crazy in that game. But the Steelers can get no sacks. On C.J. Stroud, I mentioned before, C.J. Stroud, when you get pressure to him, you can hit him hard, but see him like a deer in headlights. But I mentioned also too in the preview, I said if he get time and opportunity, the receivers on the outside will cook our cornerbacks. Our cornerbacks cannot match those type of receivers, those speedy receivers, those guys like the John Mechis they had, and the Nico Collins looking very good out there too as well. I think this is his 2nd or 3rd year like that. Then our team cannot match those guys, because our team not built built for that. We're not built to match those guys. JPJ, if he's out there more often, I've seen him out there a few times like that. He got set out a lot. It was mostly Patrick Peterson, Leon Wallace. Wallace got scored on a few times, and some big plays allowed Patrick Peterson as well too. Those guys. Patrick Peterson's a veteran. I know he's a future Hall of Famer, but he looked a little washed. He looked washed right now. And then Leon Wallace, he had 2 interceptions last week, but like I mentioned, I said I give him credit for that, but I still feel like, okay, he's not the best cover corner because he's not fast and he's not as physical. He don't play super physical. He doesn't have the size to match most of the receivers either. He just get bullied out the way and just getting messed up and rounded up. He got beat by Brandon Ayuk in week 1, beaten down by Mark Cooper, beaten down by Devontae Adams, and now beaten down by Nico Collins and all these different guys too that they had over there for the Texans. So we gotta find a way to like make some changes. Steelers love doing the same thing over and over. Like, I hope it'd be a different result this time if I do this over and over like that. If I gamble with my rent money, I think if I keep playing the slots, one day I win. No, you're not gonna win. You're gonna keep losing money. So you gotta go ahead and just handle the situation and say, okay, we're gonna make this change right here, do this right there. But one bright spot I did see from the game was Najee Harris. Najee Harris playing very hard football. When you see they actually use the power scheme, you see how most of the runs was downhill, and Najee getting downhill. He had 14 for 71. He should have had more touches than that. And he had a big catch too that he caught as well. I know a lot of fans are saying, Najee can't catch, you can't do this or that. Najee's a very good player. Very good player. 20 touchdowns total, actually. 20 touchdowns total in the past 2 years. He had 2,000 rushing yards over the past 2 years. Very good player. Very good player like that. Najee Harris, a Pro Bowler as well. Very good player. He helped us win a lot of games, especially last year and especially his rookie year for sure. Helped us win a lot of games. But I thought the Steelers used him pretty well when they did get the opportunity to actually make some plays. They used him well in getting downhill with the downhill runs and mixing up with Jalen Warren. Jalen Warren, he fumbled once. He almost fumbled twice. I think that other fumbled twice, but they said that he was down by content. I don't know what's going on with that fumbling and stuff, but I don't think it's anything too serious. But the Steelers, all you got to do is really just kind of like, you can't have them slow starts. And like when like I mentioned before, I was in the crowd. I was sitting by Steeler fans as well. My seats was a lot of Steeler fans in the whole stadium like that. Like, I was by the Steelers tunnel. The Steelers came out at, so I was by the Steelers tunnel, and I was on like 3 rows from the field. So like where we sitting at and stuff, a lot of Steelers fans was over there too, and they was all around. We see table towels everywhere. And I was sitting next to a Steelers fan. I was like, if we get down big, because we was down 13-0, I said our team not built to come back because the passing game is not built like that. And lo and behold, it's not. Like the passing game has shown inconsistency. We've seen it do well against the Raiders, seen a little success against the Browns too as well. But then you see against the teams, the 49ers, can get anything going in the pass game, and then you see against teams like the Texans, like today, you can't get anything going in the pass game. And I know the Texans come off a big win. They beat the Jaguars and stuff. There's a lot of things happening in that game. You know, fullback running the kick return back and all type of crazy things happening in that game. But I thought the Steelers had a chance, opportunity, because I thought the Steelers are a better team than the Texans. And that's what's crazy too, make it frustrating. Because like you look at it, you're like, the Steelers are a better team than the Texans. You look at the roster from top to bottom. But the Texans played more poised, they played their scheme perfectly, and they won the game. That's what I like about football. Football, you can have a better team, a better roster. You can have like all these all pros and all these Pro Bowl guys. But if you can't go out there and play the scheme right and play and like execute plays properly, then you're not going to win. And tackle, because that's still a problem. Guys can't tackle. But basketball, you can like have the star players, star-studded team, and no matter what the person do on the other side, sometimes it's not enough because when they have those star players, kind of drown out everybody else. But in football, scheming, execution, strategy, all that stuff kind of ties together. And then you're like, okay, if you don't go out there and make the right plays, execute the plays right, you're gonna lose. The Steelers have the better roster, but in the end, the Texans played better. They was more prepared and more prepped and more coached, and they got coached our side of the field too as well. But I think next week we can win this game against the Ravens. We right our wrongs, and none of this stuff right here will even matter. It won't matter too much. You'll be back at number 1 in your division, and you'll be waiting to enter the bye week, and you'll be chilling, get some guys healed up. Maybe Cam Hayward might be back eventually. It said the injury is like 6 to 8 weeks, so maybe maybe start practicing with the team a little bit by week 6, maybe week 7ish. I don't know exactly, but we're gonna see how things shape out. But the Steelers just gotta stay consistent. 2-2 right now is not bad. No bad way to start, especially the way we've been playing. You look at the games, you look at the numbers, and you're like, dang, they playing some good football a little bit, but a lot of bad football too. But they 2-2, so that's the worst case scenario. I'll take it. So next week you try to win against the Ravens, If you can win against the Ravens and finish 3-2 by the bye week, that's good. Because last year we finished like 2-6 or 2-7 by the bye week. So having this and finishing 3-2 by the bye week and top of your division, that's a plus. So hopefully we can do that. But that's all I got for the video today, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Peace out.